Hi everyone, GetRight here from Dig. Today I'm gonna go through some settings that I've been using for years. I'm using two different monitors and I'm using full screen because I'm using stretch in game because I'm using 1280 960. So I have to force it in game so I get it stretched in game wise. Color wise I'm using digital vibrance 100%. I'm using for a long time just getting everything more clearer, more better understanding and all that kind of things. But the most important thing I'm usually always try to go to do everything to off, or basically like set it for so it's always working on my CPU instead of something else. Vertical sync is always something that I turn off. I'm trying to always using my graphic card. Also having changed my power management mode to prefer maximum performance, for example. And also one last thing I usually always try to do is always to change this one to performance. That's why I have so many things here with off, and on. Not that I know that much of it, but that's usually what I do on my graphic card settings. Heading over to my mouse settings, I think it's pretty normal for everyone. And also kind of weird thing that I'm actually using my Windows in general in Swedish, but on my graphic cards I changed it to English. I don't know why, but I use 6 in the Windows sensitivity out of 11. It's pretty standard because I use 400 dpi on my mice and I use in-game 2.4, so I wanted to have it always like that. In-game wise, like I see I have my beautiful stuff here, like my marble fade that I'm using right now. And something that I've always been changing it up in-game wise is usually my resolution, which you can find it over here. So I'm using 1280 960. It's not really shown here on the screen, but I think it's better if you see it like this. And I'm also having these settings here on the other parts, like the global shadow quality, model texture detail, FHD detail, shader detail. Not really sure why I'm using it, so I can't really give an explanation to it, but I've been using it for quite a while now, so I'm kind of used to this kind of stuff. I'm also disabling a lot of stuff down here. Yeah, that's what I'm using in game wise, because for example in the setting on my Nvidia panel I'm having it forced to stretch because I'm using a 4:3 resolution, so the resolution itself usually shows up as black bars, but I'm using stretch, so that's why, for example, what you see on the video, this is how my view looks like kind of when I'm playing. Another thing I can be showing off is basically I'm using Crosshair size 5, that's why my big crosshair that I'm using. I'm also using style 4, so not that my crosshair is moving, all that kind of different stuff that you want to see. Or I don't want to have it, it expands and going lower when I'm running around and spraying and tapping, all that kind of stuff. Even though I'm known for my spraying, I don't want it, be changing itself basically. Another thing that I'm using is 2.4 sensitivity. I've been using basically 2 different sensitivity during my whole career, so this can change during the year or next year as well. It all depends. But I've been using 2.4 for quite a while now. I think it was like after the summer or something. But I'm known pretty much for having 2.9 as a sensitivity. But right now I've been using 2.4 for quite a while now. Something else that's pretty interesting, I'm using 1.15. I don't think that's actually changed any difference from using 1, for example. I've always just had 1.15 and I've always kept it like that, so I'm not gonna really change it. My gap is -1, so for example, if I change it to, like, let's say 0, you see that the crosshair gets bigger. But I wanna, get it more thinner in, or like closer in together. So I wanna end it up in a pretty good way there. This is how I'm using my CSGO and my Windows mouse settings is 6, and my Nvidia settings usually like turn off the vertical sync and using performance on everything. This is how I use my in-game wise. This is something I've been using for years, and this is not something that really is like gonna be something else or anything like that, but that's pretty much it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this little small video from my little cool settings that I'm using in game wise.